Hello, frugal friends. I really can't be bothered today. I need to make something to eat for dinner, and I really just want to do something easy that creates barely any washing up. So I need a one-pot meal. We're going to have a root in the fridge, see what we can throw in it that we don't have to do hardly anything to. Let's have a look and see what we've got. If you've not been here before, by the way, I'm Samantha. This is the channel Trying to Get By, because that's what we're doing. We're trying to get by with what we've got. And today what we've got is a very lazy Samantha. Let's go and have a root and see what we can find. Well, the first thing we need is a pot. So I've got my cast iron pot. Oh, it weighs a ton, but it is one of the best ones for cooking with. So second job is nipping over to the fridge and seeing what we've got in there. Right, we have got carrot. That's not going to be enough carrot, but fortunately we've got more carrot, so carrot's definitely going in. We've also got a vegetable medley bag, that's going to go in. I'm not going to put in any onion because that involves chopping something, and I really can't be bothered chopping because that means using a chopping board. So we can get rid of that. Now, I am going to put in a bit of potato, but we don't need a chopping board to cook potato because we're going to do it the same way my mum used to do potatoes. So stick that back away, close fridge, open freezer. Haha! Still got mince pies left, can you believe it? I have found corn mince. No preparation for that. What's in here? Green beans. Green beans. Nice and easy. Definitely don't need shredded carrot out of there. Broccoli. Throw that in. Plenty of green stuff, other stuff. Right, we've got all the ingredients. I'm just going to transfer them over to near the stove and we can get cracking. Right, to start this one pot lazy, I can't be bothered meal, I have boiled the kettle. I have made myself a brew, and we're going to start with some barley. Barley will make this a little bit more filling, and it's good for you. So we're going to start with the barley because barley can take a good 40 minutes to cook. So I am going to pop the barley in there. It's not a great deal, but it's just enough to keep going. I'm going to put in some, in fact, I'm going to put in all of that bouillon powder. Going to need to go shopping for that this weekend. And some boiling water. There we go. Give that a little old mix. Find a nice spoon to use. Oh, there we go. Get the nice one I got from Gousto. When I first got a Gousto box, they sent a gift of a Gousto spoon, which is actually quite a nice little spoon. If you've not seen the Gousto video I did, I will put a link to it in the description box. It was all about how I got a Gousto box, what price I paid, whether I thought it was worth it, whether you can do it yourself better. And have a look, see what you think. Some people have used my discount code because I've had notifications that people have. But it depends. Try it, see what you think. Watch the video, have a look at my little analysis of it and see how you know, what you think. I only really ever use it if I get a super duper deal or get some credits on my account or anything like that. So, and I would never pay full price. But they do sometimes have some really good deals. When I first did the video, the deal that they were doing was they were giving away a free box. And I know a few people managed to get hold of that. I don't think they do deals like that anymore. Right, anyway, back to this. I'll turn this down very slightly. I'm going to pop the lid on, keep all that in there. So I'm going to put it on a medium heat. I don't want it to be like rapidly boiling like a mad thing. I'm going to get that going for about 20 minutes. And then we're going to come back and throw in all our other ingredients. Right, it's been about 20 minutes since we put this in. I'm just going to, see how the barley's getting on. So it's excuse me, barely been on a simmer. Let's test. Okay, not perfectly cooked, still got a little bit of bite to it, but it's ready for everything else. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to get a knife. This is a steak knife. We don't eat steak, but I have steak knives. And we're going to put in the rest of our ingredients. And I said I wasn't going to use a chopping board. I'm going to do it old school, which means I am literally just chopping these potatoes into chunks, a la what my mum used to do. There we go. When she was making meals, she would just chop over the pan, and whatever went in the size that she decided to chop. So the only other thing now that's going to need to get a wash is that, and that can go in the dishwasher. Do you think that's enough potato? Should we go one more? Let's go one more. Here we go. We can always freeze whatever's left of this meal. There we go. And I'm pretty much going to do the same with all the other ingredients. So anything else that is going in is going in. I have put away all the other freezer stuff, took out what I needed, popped it in the bag with all the other bits that we got from the vegetable medley. So again, I'm not going to put the broccoli in quite yet. I'm going to put some carrot in. So again, with the carrot, all I'm going to do is just chop it into bite-sized pieces. Same with the green beans, but I'm not going to put those in yet because they're not going to take very long to cook. So carrots are going to go in, potatoes are going to go in. I'm going to give it about 10 minutes and then I'm going to put in all the other ingredients. Right, all the carrots and potatoes are in. I'm just going to bring the heat up very, very slightly. So we were in a low medium. We're now going to go up to a medium, not quite medium high, just to amp it up a little bit to get that cooking. Lid back on, save all that heat in there. Like I say, I'm going to go and finish the rest of my cup of tea and come back and finish off the rest. Right, I'm back. Ha, that's hot. So we're bubbling away. Potatoes are not quite done, still quite firm. Before I put in the other veg, I'm going to throw in some more flavours. So there's loads of flavour in that bouillon powder. But like I said, I wasn't going to put any onion in because I'm just going to put a sprinkle of onion powder and a sprinkle of garlic powder. So if we were doing measurements, I'd probably say that is a good teaspoon of onion powder and about half a teaspoon of garlic powder. And this is rosemary, which I've dried myself. Good 2 teaspoons of rosemary. And then whatever drop of mixed herbs I've got left, that's about half a teaspoon. I'd probably put in a teaspoon if I had some more. Give that a good old mix. Oh, that starts to smell like Christmas stuffing with the rosemary. Oh, that's lovely. Right, rest of the veggies that are going in. Like I say, green beans, I'm just going to, you could put them in whole, but I'm just going to cut them in half. And the broccoli, again, just chop it into bite-sized pieces. Easy enough to do. And then once I've done those, I'm literally going to dump all, oh, excuse me, hiccup. I'm going to put all the corn that we've got. So that's a full bag, that's 300 grams of that. That's all going to go in as well. Now, once I've put that in, I'm going to keep an eye on the water level. So let me put all my veggies in and we'll see where we're up to. Right, all those veggies are in. I'm dumping in all my corn. Corn's looking a little bit freezery. It's been lurking at the back for a little while. So pop all that in. And like I say, I'm just going to top up with a little bit. Did you hear that plane go past? That was really quite low. Oh, right. Anyway, I'm going to pop in a bit more water because I want to make sure that there is enough in there. So I'm not going to quite cover everything so everything is drowning in water because we're going to put the lid back on. So anything that's not quite covered will steam. I'm just going to make sure the broccoli is well submerged. to make sure those broccoli stalks get cooked, but everything else is good to go. Right, lid on. Give it another 10 minutes just to make sure everything is nice and cooked through. Don't forget, some of the stuff I've put in there is frozen, so it might take a little bit longer. Right, we're pretty much cooked and done and dusted. I'm just getting a spoon out for the tastage. Let's check the potato. So let's grab a potato and, yeah, done with the spoon. Brilliant, that's what we want. Let's just do a quick taste test. Taste is good, but if you're thinking what I'm thinking, that is a little bit too runny. So what I could do is I could get a slurry with some corn flour and water and pop that in. That means that I would have to make another container dirty, and I can't be bothered. So don't laugh at me. Tell you something else you could do. You could also put in, if you've got a vegetable packet soup, dump that in. That would be great. That would thicken it up. I have got this pack, so chicken and bacon flavour, but don't come for me. Look, it says there, vegan. I got this for about £1. It was in the really reduced section in Tesco's. So I'm going to put, because if you remember me saying a few minutes ago when I've put all that rosemary in, it smelled like Christmas. I'm going to throw in some stuffing. Just a little bit, probably what, 2 tablespoons to start with. Let's just push that in. Give it a minute or so just to kind of absorb all that moisture. You know, because it's dehydrated, it's going to take a second or so to kind of suck up that moisture. So I'll give it 2 minutes and I'll let you see. Okay, I've not moved it, I've not done anything to it, it's just gone a bit, it's now gone like stuffing. And I'm just going to now mix it in with everything else. So I think it's just given that a little bit more texture. There we go. It's not quite as watery now. And let's give it a good old taste. Let's taste it with everything in there. If you wanted to add some more, you could, obviously. And if you want to do your slurry, go for it. Right, I can't get everything on my spoon because there's literally too much stuff. But I'm going to give this spoonful a go. I am blowing. I will not burn my mouth. I've got hiccups. I've got terrible hiccups today. Right. That is good to go. I am happy with that. There is more than enough for me and Chris for tea. It might even go into being food for tomorrow. And we know what happens. We all know what happens with any kind of stew that you make or anything like that. What happens? It's better the next day. It's like the flavours had chance to combine together even more. It will thicken up even more. So I'm reheating tomorrow. It will be super uber delicious. I'm actually out for lunch tomorrow. I'm a lucky girl. I'm going to meet up with some friends. I've mentioned this before, but for those of you who don't know, we have a competition in this group of friends. There are 4 of us. We're all educators or ex-educators. And our competition is who can spend the least when we go out. We even have a trophy. So whoever spends the least when we go out gets to take the trophy home. It's not like we're going to go, oh, I'm only eating a starter and that's it. We will have a meal that we enjoy, but it's just a bit of a giggle and a laugh to see who gets the lowest price. It's just our little thing that we do. It's a good bit of fun. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Have a go at making something like this. Obviously, yours will never be exactly like mine because I'd never count quantities on this kind of recipe. It's just a case of what have I got? What can I put in? and it ends up tasting how it tastes. Could I replicate this recipe exactly? Probably not. I would have to come back and watch the video and look at how much I've put in of everything. Thanks for watching. Now, if you're interested in other recipes that are one pot recipes, I do have some slow cooker ones over here that save you a bit of time. So take a look out for those. Or if you want some use it up recipes, have a look at this side and I'll pop some up on there. Thanks for watching. Do that liking and subscribing, and I'll see you next time.